Hi everyone, and welcome to the season finale of JMC Jams. That's 2 seasons done now, which is absolutely incredible, and 12 episodes in, and we're going to be finishing off with our graduating students this semester again, as we did last season, which is a really fun way to end, I think. You know, it kind of ends things on a high. We've been going on this theme of rocket launches, and these guys are launching themselves out to the stars today. Or next week, which is actually literally when they're walking, but you know what I mean. So anyway, today I am outdone with our first guest because I've got Madison Wilber, who is one of our broadcast journalism graduating students and top pro, actually. So I better watch my step.
Oh, stop. That's high praise. High praise. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, thank you, Madison. Really appreciate it. And of course, this is your hood, right?
This is my turf. Yeah. I've laid claims. It's nice to be here one last time, but over these last 2 years, this is definitely the magical place. We have a joke kind of in our department that if we're trying to convert people to broadcast, it's like, take them to the studio. You'll get them. Take them to the studio.
So you've enjoyed your time?
I've loved it. Are you kidding me? I know it seems like I just sing the praises because that's what I should do, but no, it's the truth. Like, I've absolutely adored my time here. The people here are amazing, and I kind of always knew broadcast journalism was what I wanted to do, so I came in really energetic and excited, and I think people were like, okay, here she comes. But I mean, I've learned so much, I've gotten to experience so much, and I'm grateful for my time.
That's awesome. And you're not from California, right?
I'm not. Yeah, thanks for remembering. So I'm originally from South Carolina, was born and raised, graduated during COVID 2020, so like many people, I'm sure, kind of messed up a lot of my plans. So then I had a sister convince me to come out here, most spontaneous decision I ever made. And then I started at San Jose City College, got my associates, and then I transferred to San Jose State, and that's where I got my bachelor's. So, or I'm getting my bachelor's.
You're getting your bachelor's.
I'm getting my bachelor's.
Yeah. We just have to wait for those final grades now.
One more week, and I can say that sentence.
But I think you'll be good.
I would like to think so. I hope so. I think I've had a lot of wonderful people set me up well, and now it's my turn to kind of prove myself.
So just give us like a little, in a nutshell, right? What have been your key highlights of your time here at San Jose State?
Yeah, thanks for asking. I mean, it goes over a span of years, but I mean, one of my favorite things I've had the pleasure of doing was getting to be the executive producer of Update News, which, as we know, is our broadcasting program here on campus. And so I got to work with a great team where we led roughly 15 journalists on many of them who had never done broadcast journalism. So we're teaching them for the very first time how to do this, how to write a script in broadcast style, how to shoot video, how to conduct interviews, and then we're doing a weekly newscast that's 30 minutes long. That was definitely one of the most wonderful experience I've ever had. I got to watch people fall in love with the job that I love to do, which was amazing. And then I learned so much in the process watching them be super creative. And then besides that, I've just had the opportunity to be a part of such life-changing stories over these last couple of years. Obviously, our campus has been very politically charged, a lot of protests going on. And so there's been a lot of very intense coverage that I've had to be a part of, I've gotten to be a part of. So that's been very educational. And then just some features, profiles of people that I've gotten to really highlight on campus and see the wonders of the people within San Jose State.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you've done so much, really. And have you actually, I mean, you sound as if you've been doing broadcasts for like forever, but have you done any other kinds of journalism as well? You've been involved in the other areas too, right?
I did, yeah. So when I was at San Jose City College, I had the privilege of being the editor-in-chief of our newspaper there. So I did print journalism for 2 years. That's where I entered my journalism thing. And then I got to freelance for the San Jose Spotlight. And then here actually at San Jose State, as well as being a broadcast reporter, the Spartan Daily, as we know to be our newspaper, has been really generous in allowing me to do multimedia packages. And that's something we've been trying to encourage our reporters throughout every department to do, is that you don't have to do just one, right? Everybody says, the big thing I get told when I enter this field is, you're entering a dying field. And I'm like, oh, that's very helpful. Thank you. But it's not dying. I truly believe that. It's not dying. It's evolving. And so people want to consume news on multiple platforms. And so I think it's our job to learn how to provide that. And so I don't want to just be proficient in broadcast. I want to be proficient in every way. So that way I know that the viewers at home, the readers at home, the listeners at home are consuming what we're trying to tell them. And so as we encourage our students to be multimedia journalists, I've had the opportunity to more than once students create a broadcast video, but then also partner it with an article that's been published in our paper.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So you're getting a full multimedia, multimodal kind of experience,
Absolutely.
right? Which is really key for any budding journalist these days. And are we going to see more of Madison on our screens, on our computers, like in the Bay Area, or are you planning to travel further afield?
I hope this is the case. I'm willing to go wherever they take me, if I'm honest. But I think what grants me that is because I moved from coast to coast, I'm kind of willing to go anywhere in between. If I got to choose, I would love to stay in California. I have been converted. I am now a West Coast, Best Coast girl. So if I could stay, I would gladly stay.
So that's awesome to hear. And we've got one more thing, because I know we're trying to fit a few of you graduating students in. And I know you can't be in at the showcase this evening, which is a real shame, because we're awarding you one of our new Star Awards. Which is,
how awesome.
It's a new thing this year. It's a new thing this year. And actually, the trophies this year are, they're kind of like, what do you call it? I guess our beta trophies.
Oh.
So they will be changing slightly.
Okay.
But we were like, so just getting the feel of it. So I've got it under the table, which is why I ran before. So we're going to give it to you now.
Oh, how lovely.
And here we go, Madison. This is your superstar.
Oh, I got superstar.
You got superstar.
Oh, this is, thank you. Because it has been so amazing.
Don't thank me, because all of your journalism, all the journalism faculty decided that you were the superstar, and of course we've got Rising Star, who will be awarded later on today.
No,
but they can't see this; they don't know it yet because this isn't live. So
I know.
Kind of
I know everybody's going to see after that. It is such an honor and a pleasure to receive this. To be on the receiving end of the thoughts of what you call faculty, but I call my family that I've created over these last 2 years. I mean, I don't sing the praises because I have to. It's because I mean it. I mean, over these last 2 years, the journalism's been great, but the people have been greater. And
Fantastic.
I love my team and I love my people, so thank you.
And we could talk forever because you've been winning awards this year. You've been mentored by industry professionals. But we've got to move on.
No, that's
to
great.
Our next
Thank you
guest.
for having me.
So thank you very much, Madison, and congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, Madison's gone, and Octavio has come in her place now. So Octavio Franklin, one of our advertising graduating students. It's really nice to have you here in the studio, Octavio.
Thank you so much for having me. This is my first time in the studio. Honestly, I love being in front of the camera. You know, I usually don't get to be in front of the camera. It's usually behind a mic, but you know, this is a nice switch up for me.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I've just found out that you're one of our SJSU radio DJs, right?
Yes. I've been part of KSJS actually since I've come to SJSU for about 3 years. I was originally from San Francisco State University and then transferred here. But radio was like one of the first things that I found. I just loved music so much and I wanted to just dive into that. And I started like training to be like an on-air host, and I was an on-air host for about a year where I was playing hip hop, R&B, like jazz rap, boom bap, anything from that. I really loved all of those like kind of West Coast sounds from hip hop, and that's like what I wanted to try to introduce people to on the radio with my show, The Royal Rhythm, on 90.5 FM KSJS.
Hey, you got a bit of a plug there.
Yes, I learned so much, but I also just met so many awesome people who kind of just like wanna do great for themselves and also just like push other people to, you know, out of their comfort zone. I did a lot of really cool things a part of KSJS. I was the promotions manager. I handled a lot of giveaways across the Bay Area. I was talking to different venues, Yoshi's Club in Oakland. I was talking to Golden Voice, which is a big host for different artists and stuff around the Bay Area, but also around in California. They host actually Coachella, which is really awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I did promotions for festivals and just other shows in general. And then you know, once I was done with being a radio host, because I had to, you know, focus on like school and then also working because I had bills to pay, you know. But I wanted to like still be behind like music and radio in some sort of way, and I thought like DJing and actually learning how to operate a controller, which is like what the DJ board is called, was really awesome. And I think it's really cool because me and other DJs a part of KSJS, what we would do is just like we would host our own little venues / raves, and we would like just invite a whole bunch of KSJS students out, a whole bunch of SJSU students out too, and we would just play different types of music from them, everything from like house, techno, dubstep. I really love to play ballroom house because I'm very influenced by like the 1980s ballroom New York scene and that type of music. So yeah, I've honestly learned so much from KSJS, from SJSU, but it's been like one of my highlights as a student here.
Right, and
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what have your highlights been? So that's obviously one of them, and you're quite passionate about it.
Yeah.
Anything related to the advertising program?
Advertising? Yeah, I was actually last year I was a part of the DBH internship and I was the lead of the Hammer Theater account. So I was behind the marketing of Addams Family and then 1984, which was so much fun. I'm a theater kid at heart. I did theater in high school, so then segueing into that, being able to actually advertise for theater programs or like the theater shows was so awesome. It was really cool because I actually got to sell out, I think 5 out of the 6 shows for the Addams Family, and they hadn't been able to do that for a couple of years. So I was very proud of that. I did a whole bunch of social media, but then also just word of mouth and on the ground marketing, just doing like what I can to really get the word out. I even hosted some of the actors from the show on my show, The Royal Rhythm on 90.5. So I thought it was a really cool way just to tie in like theater and radio, and then just bring in like that loop of advertising into it. It was just a really great creative outlet for me, because I feel like I'm a creative person at heart, not really like with art, but like I think, making that connection and then also just, getting other people excited for things that you're passionate about. And I think that's, the biggest thing that I've learned here is that, you have to be really excited and passionate about the things that you love in order for like other people to be excited because,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And not even about the things you love, because if you've been given a toilet paper account, you have to get passionate about that,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I think you're heading along the right lines here, Octavio.
I hope so.
Advertising is about having fun and being open and
Yeah.
exchanging ideas and trying out new things. And
Yeah.
clearly, I hope we've given you a venue for doing that.
You guys, especially here at SJSU, I was struggling actually at SFSU just kind of finding that outlet. So then when I came here, I was influenced by my friend. I was like, I have to. I was like, this is going to be the place for me. And honestly, I feel like I really thrived here. It was just a way for me to like really grow into myself. And I think I'm still growing into myself and, learning so many new things about myself. But being here at SJSU has just honestly just been such a dream. And, it's very exciting that I get to live it, and then I'm also accomplishing, my dreams of, finally graduating and then, moving on to bigger things. What those bigger things are, they're still in the works, I would say, but it's, you're not going to hear, this isn't going to be the end of me, It's just the beginning, actually.
Well, that's good, and that's kind of really building on the theme that we're trying to establish here in JMC, which is, we want to see this being a launch pad for you guys to just go out there and honestly, it sounds cheesy, but to reach for the stars, because everyone who comes through our doors is full of potential.
Yeah.
And you just have to have a go, right?
Yes, yeah. I don't think it's cheesy at all. I think you have to be a little cheesy in order to succeed, you know? You have to really, embarrass yourself sort of and like put yourself out there in front of these like, uncomfortable things. I think radio was, it was something out there for me, but then once I was doing it, I was like, this is awesome. It's, it's not embarrassing, being on air, coming up with your own little tagline and stuff, coming up with different ideas and collaborating with, people that you haven't collaborated with, It's been a lot of fun, just putting myself out there, especially at the JMC school. Yeah.
And it doesn't finish yet because we've got our showcase this evening.
Yes.
And unlike Madison, I'm not going to give you your award because you're going to be there.
I will be there. I'm very excited to actually receive the award.
Which
so
is
thank
fantastic.
you.
So we'll see what it is that you've won.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well,
I love surprises.
thank you so much, Octavio.
Thank you.
Again, these conversations can just go on,
Yeah.
But like with everybody who graduates from JMC, I hope you come back and you give your knowledge to the future students as well.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope. I will, actually.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations on reaching this milestone.
Thank you.
And I shall see you on graduation day.
I'll see
this
you.
Evening as well.
This evening too.
Okay, then. Thank you so much. And I think this is it really for this season. So you're the person to sign us off for season 2. Next season we'll bring something new. We'll have more of our interesting individuals we've got in JMC. And we'll talk about all of the exciting things that are going to be happening next year as well. So watch this space. We're going to have a bit of a break over the summer, and then we'll be back on our, can I say airwaves? I think I can.
Yeah.
Whatever, the ether somewhere in August, September. Okay, so thank you so much for listening and growing our audience and whatever else. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed both seasons. I shall see you again in the fall.